Weird people that actually exist. Number 13. Mandy has an incredibly rare genetic mutation that makes her legs and feet continuously grow. The genetic mutation is called Proteus syndrome. At one point, they had to amputate her right leg due to complications with the blood clot. It must be hard for her to get a leg up in life. Number 12. Tom has 0% body fat due to the fact that he has myelodysplastic, which is a rare syndrome in which the body is unable to store body fat. It's so rare that it only inflicts a few people in the world.
Ma, how come that skeleton's talking to me? Should we get him a sandwich? He looks skinny.
Number 11. Michelle Kopke is a woman in her 20s living in Germany. This girl was so obsessed with having the skinniest waistline possible that she wore a corset for 3 years straight. This process can be very dangerous and extremely painful. If we were dating, I would tell her to not get so bent out of shape. Number 10. Didier, or Turtle Boy as he was called, had a rare disease called congenital melanocytic nevus. It was like he had a giant mole on his back. The growth weighed 20% of his body fat. Luckily, he was able to have it removed so he could have a normal childhood. The plastic surgeon who did the operation was so moved by the boy's plight that he did the operation for free. Smashing. Bully to that plastic surgeon for donating his time so ostentatiously. If he can never eat anything again after cutting into that, I'd like to have him over for tea and crumpets. Number 9. Dungjae has a rare disease that makes her hands and arms severely large. The disease builds up fatty tissues in her extremities and can be very painful. She has led a very lonely life due to the fear of rejection and prosecution. She has some of the largest hands on the planet. Oh, those hands are very, very large. Could be a giant lobster lady. Number 8. This guy was born with his head completely reversed and upside down. He can't walk and has very limited mobility. The disease is called congenital arthrogryposis and is a condition that you can be born with. He has a seriously positive attitude, and despite going to college for accounting, he is now a public speaker. Yeah, this guy really has a different perspective on life. Number 7. Charlotte Garside was born with primordial dwarfism, a condition that only affects 0.177% of the population. The proportions are all right, so she looks like a baby. At the age of 5, Charlotte is 67 centimeters tall. Most people with this disease don't live very long. In fact, 5 years is quite the feat.
He said it was a huge feat, but they look pretty tiny to me.
Number 6. Elsani is a 17-year-old Brazilian girl with a rare form of giganticism. Elsani grew exceptionally tall. Due to a tumor on her pituitary gland, she is now 6 feet 9 inches tall. She recently had the tumor removed, and doctors believe they have successfully resolved the growth problem. Well, it would seem that she likes long walks on the beach and Brazilian men who are short in stature. Number 5. Mikel Ruffinelli holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the world's largest hips. Her hips are a whopping 8 feet in diameter. They were smaller, but popping out 3 kids can help you set the world record for sure. Very safe to say her husband a big Sir Mix-a-Lot fan. Number 4. Valerie Lukyanova, or the Human Barbie, is a Ukrainian model that has been cosmetically enhanced to resemble the iconic Barbie. The internet was very skeptical of her appearance when she first came out of the box. However, several news authorities have tracked her down and have confirmed that her weird proportions are accurate and cosmetically achieved. She works for a company that teaches people how to meditate on the astral plane. I want to know where you can buy one of these. She is Russian. I hope she can cook the potato. Number 3. This German guy set the Guinness Book of World Records for most piercings. At the time of this picture, he had 453 piercings, including 158 around his lips. He had 16 in his right ear, 15 in his left, and most surprisingly, he had 278 in his genital region. Wow, such a lot of hardware to have on your German sausage. Number 2. This Papa Smurf lookalike turned blue several years before his death due to exposure of large quantities of the element silver. Being exposed to that much silver can cause your body to have agrora, which causes the silver to react with the sunlight in your skin, which in turn turned your skin blue. Paul became an internet sensation when someone noticed that he looked exactly like Papa Smurf.
This guy ate a lot of blueberries.
Number 1. Yu suffers from a rare affliction that doctors refer to as atavism. He has an average of 41 hairs every square centimeter on his body. He was having a lot of trouble at one point because the hair in his ears had become infected. It was so severe that it was blocking his ability to hear. He says that growing up, he was often a shut-in and a loner, partly because he was made fun of a lot as a kid. The only solace he had was the solace he found in music. Yu hopes to one day become a rock star and is currently working on cutting his first album. He also has a girlfriend. I bet his first album is called Howling at the Moon. Or maybe, Werewolf and King Kong.